What's going on, everybody? LK here. Today I want to talk about instant kills in fighting games. In around August, I started doing like these Hokuto no Ken old tournament watch parties, and a big part of that game is instant kills, and they're extremely practical. And not just that, if you search instant kills even on YouTube, a lot of like Guilty Gear Exerd videos will show up, and you'll just see people are really fascinated by one-hit kills in fighting games. So I wanted to take a look at this mechanic because I find it interesting, because fighting games, you have these interactions between people fighting, but then also you have these super flashy one-hit kill style moves, and there's a few type of these that exist in games that I've played, at least. It's also interesting too that in a lot of cases they're not meant to be like super practical. They're kind of like some icing on the cake type moves, and in more modern fighting games you see them less and less. I don't know if it's like maybe they're treated as like fat that needs to be trimmed, for lack of a better term, but a lot of people feel like instant kills are part of a thing that a character has that makes them them. It's like a unique thing, like a super signature move, and people miss them. I mean, I play Guilty Gear Strive, they don't have instant kills in Guilty Gear Strive, and since the beginning, since the game came out, people were like, yo, bring those back, like we like them, we think they look cool. So the first type we're gonna look at are fatalities. So we're thinking of like Mortal Kombat. I would have footage of someone doing a fatality, but that will get this video smoked, instantly demonetized. So Lord Chad, if you have if you can find someone going like finish him and someone teabagging or something, I don't know. So fatalities are like a finisher, so they are like an instant kill, so it's like a flashy type of you die immediately type move, but they're done when you win specifically. So it's kind of like in a movie where the fight's over and somebody just wrecks you. From a competitive perspective, they really don't do anything. If anything, they just make the game longer, but these are one of like Mortal Kombat's main signature features. They've been around since the game came out, and I'm pretty sure this is why the ESRB is even a thing in the first place. So then next we're going to talk about impractical moves. So this is pretty kind of on my lane, but I think Tekken is a pretty good example. They seem to have a couple of moves like these. They are just super slow. Like, these are moves that you're really not supposed to like hit people with. They might not even have any type of setup involved. Like, you just have this thing that kills them instantly. Again, I think these moves though add a nice touch to characters and show off the character's personality, so these are interesting too, despite them being very impractical. So then we have instant kills, the ones that we're kind of familiar with in Arxis games, right? So we're talking about like the instant kills from Guilty Gear XX and Exerd, or Astral finishes in BlazBlue, like that type of instant kill. These are also generally considered to be finishers, but the requirements can kind of vary on the game. So in BlazBlue, the Astral finish has to be performed when you're going to win, you have a full meter, so 100 meter, and the opponent is under 30%. So pretty specific conditions. However, you are able to combo into a lot of them, so it is pretty practical to go for when you do have the opportunity. In my case specifically, I played Lychee, so originally her Astral finish was not the most practical to combo into. So when I switched mains to Valkenhayn, I was like, oh, it's time, and I would just always go for the Astral finish. Guilty Gear is a little bit different, however. So if we're talking about Exerd, you can actually activate instant kill mode whenever you want. So the step is you have to go into instant kill mode by pressing all the attack buttons except for dust, and then you do it. And if they block it, you don't have meter for the rest of the round. If you miss it, you don't have meter for the rest of the round. But if you hit it, you get to pop off. Now, instant kills sound pretty strong in theory, right? Like, you can just do this whenever you want, but there's a couple of problems. One is that it would be like 2 steps, right? So you have to activate it first, and then go over there, and then hit them. Then 2, if you miss or mess up for some reason, you don't have access to resource for the rest of the round, and Guilty Gear is defined by tension. Like, it is really important to have that meter for basically everything. If you don't have tension, now you can't avoid chip damage. All attacks from the ground when you're in the air are all unblockable. Like, you're just gonna get hit by them. Like, you won't be able to use YRC or any like Roman cancel type techniques. You can't do anything. It really nerfs your character to not have meter. But that doesn't mean all is lost though. So in this condition right here, I mean, it's training mode, so I don't have rounds, but if you're going to win the game and you have 50 meter and your opponent's life bar is flashing like this, which happens around like 20-25%, I think specific number is 20, you can combo into instant kills in this game. Being able to combo into instant kills actually has a couple of advantages. So one, I mean, it instantly finishes them, right? So there are cases where maybe your normal combo would not have been able to kill, but then the instant kill combo would have killed. For example, just doing the same combo I just did, just a little short. I probably could have killed him. But this uncertainty is just removed by that. You will actually find in competitive Exert, you will see characters insta kill a lot. So where with Milia, it's kind of like a player preference. Some people would go for it, some people would not. One example would be Faust. Faust actually goes for insta kill quite a bit because he has just ways to convert into it pretty reliably, and he doesn't have the type of extensions for killing that Milia has. Like, I did super, then I did a mash move before on knockdown, then I ran up, I did more kicks. Like, not all characters have that ability to like push their combo like that. So like the Astro Finish, Guilty Gear insta kills are like right on the line of like practical. Like, you use these, but these are basically finishers that you would use, and you need a certain amount of resource to do it. Now we're gonna start talking about practical instant kills. So first we're gonna touch on instant death mechanics that rely on counters. For example, we have H&K, right? Hokuto no Ken. So the game I was talking about at the beginning of this video. So one of the mechanics in this game is underneath the life bars, you'll see the fate counters. It's 7 stars, and when these 7 stars are removed, then the opponent is vulnerable to an instant kill. The unique thing here about this game is that usually when a game has this type of mechanic, they don't let you put the instant kill thing to 0 and then instantly kill them. I said that weird, but if you look at this combo again, the thing that happens in this sequence is that he removes the last star and then immediately instant kills him. Basically, most fighting games don't let you do this. Here's another example where I'm playing against Naoto, so Shadow Naoto, and she has this similar system to H&K actually, with the fate counters, and she takes you to 0. But the difference is that she cannot insta-kill me here. She has to let me out of hit stun first, and then hit me 1 additional time. So I have 1 more chance at life, and then you can instant kill me. It sounds funny because I think Ultimax is a pretty high power game, but you have like 1 more chance at life compared to H&K, where if you go to 0 stars mid combo, you just immediately get instant killed. Regardless, it is still an instant kill mechanic though, so just every hit now leads to instant death as long as Naoto has 50 meter. But even then, it's not always the character who inflicts the pain on you, right? Some characters inflict the pain on themselves. So there's a character that she sort of has her own fate mechanic, Aba from Guilty Gear XX. So she has 2 modes. There's like the normal mode, and then there's a super powerful mode. The main weakness of the super powerful mode is that if you knock her down 3 times, remember that counter number, then she'll revert back to her normal mode. So 240p glasses on, nice and tight. We got Milia versus Aba, knockdown immediately, so that's 1. Chase lets it cook, knockdown immediately, number 2. Aba has no burst, so this is knockdown number 3. Milia's IK is really fast, and she just hops it, just like that. So it's kind of like the opposite, is like it's a huge negative to being like super strong for a certain amount of time. So we mentioned comboing into instant kills, but what about things like a touch of death combo? You see these more in like 3v3 team fighters and 1v1, so it's pretty rare to have a touch of death combo, but one game where touch of deaths were pretty important was Dragon Ball FighterZ. It costs a lot of resource, but having the opportunity to just take one character out of the game is just really, really good, really, really important. Similar, I mean, in a 1v1, it's like, oh, if I could hit you once and do a combo that takes quite literally 100% of your life bar, then I just get the round, right? Like it's super valuable. Who cares how much resource you have, especially in like a 1v1 game, because you're just gonna go to the next round. You just gotta keep playing. Which leads us to infinite combos. 240p glasses up on again. We usually again think of these in team games, but these can happen in 1v1 fighters too. So this one's a pretty extreme one. This is from a very old version of Melty Blood. The round is over. Like right now, you're a spectator. We could sit here and rely on the magic of editing to speed this up to when the round actually ends, or we could endure it as the opponent, because the round is over. This game doesn't have a burst. I'm not even sure if you could circuit spark as a OTG, so this like a, I mean that's the literal burst actually in NBAC. This is also a death sentence in the game, right? So you can't get out of this. The opponent has to not mess up, which if you don't know what she's doing, she's literally mashing jab. She's just down jab 2A. That is the combo. Once the combo starts, that's it. There are examples of very difficult infinite combos that exist, and there's examples of joke easy infinite combos that exist. All right, 240p glasses on once again. You might remember this if you have been watching this channel for a while. And I was already looking at Melty Blood, so for a hard infinite in a 1v1, I would definitely reference this combo. This is an infinite that does like no damage at all, really. It's definitely made for stalling, and each one of these parts is like 3 1-frame links per rep that she has to hit in order to hit this combo. So one of them is right there where you have to walk up hinge and after the charge 2C and then do it again. There was another one where you had to do a small delay on your jabs during the OTG, and then there's this thing here of having them fall the right way. So this is also a ticket to death, but also it is super hard. Usually people are way cooler with these hard infinites, and this is being done in an actual match, than something like we saw before where you kind of just hit them immediately and it's GG. The last and probably the rarest example is punishing moves with your instant kill. I'm specifically referencing this from Persona. Obviously doing an instant kill would be your best punish. You can do them once you have 100 meter. So this game has pretty lenient instant kill requirements for a fighting game that has them as like a finisher, right? You just need full meter, you need your Persona available, and it needs to be the last round. That's it. For example, this is a really specific example. It's an example of my old main, Mitsuru, where you could punish specific moves with instant kill. So one example would be, this is not like a super common thing that they would do, but they would do that to like force a situation every now and then, right? You have the meter to just pull up here, Akihiko players. So during the super flash of this, you can hit that instant kill. So this is probably by far the most rare. You could kind of say Aba kind of falls into this, like this type of insta-kill punish, but I kind of thought, oh, it comes from her getting knocked down 3 times, so it's not really a punish, it's like she has this countdown thing to her switching back. But yeah, that's instant kills. They really come across a bunch of different ways in fighting games, from really flashy spectacles that we're used to specific situations where you get either like an infinite combo, or you get a touch-up death, and even like joke moves and impractical moves. So what do you think? So what's your favorite type? Again, I said this earlier, I know people really want instant kills to come back in Guilty Gear Strive, so I do know people are really passionate about these like flashy finishers. I do agree that they do add more to showing the character's maximum potential from a story mode perspective, which is something that they do have to pay attention to more in fighting games. Anyway, let me know what you guys think. As usual, if you have any questions or comments, definitely feel free to leave them in the comment section below. Like and subscribe if you guys feel like it, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace out.